in order for man to make this tremendous progress. But along with that, Allah created man with a special ingredient. And that special ingredient was taqwa. Taqwa. Taqwa was the special ingredient he put in the human being. And through taqwa, Allah guides human being. Through taqwa, through the taqwa that's in the human being, Allah guides man. That's why when we say that Kitabu Arabi Hudalamu Takim, he's saying this is the book for guidance for those who have taqwa. For those who have taqwa, this is the guide. So then we can learn to master. We can learn to master our passion. We can learn to master our emotions. We can learn to master those things and get to the great heights that Allah intended for us to go to. Once we begin to understand that power. But what is taqwa? Some say taqwa is the fear of Allah. With that, we want to take a short pause. I will do that. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. The word taqwa, some say it means fear, and you can see why they say that, because it means that man has a fear of something greater than he is, and that would tend to be what he can be guided through. There are other terms such as regardfulness that taqwa represents. And there's one that I particularly think is very strong, and that is respect. Respect. Respect sounds weaker than the others in the way you pronounce it. Fear. Regardfulness. Respect. But in the meaning of respect, it's powerful. Because respect, it means admiration, it means high opinion, it means high esteem, it means reverence, it means revere. Those are just some of the terms which respect means. To feel or show admiration towards somebody or something. This was the feeling of early man. Early man had a respect. Early man had a respect for life. Early man had a respect for things that were bigger than him. Not just fear, but respect. The early man had a respect for the creation. Early man respected the creation so much so that Allah revealed himself through the creation to early man. Then early man began to say there is a God, there's a creator of this creation, through his respect for the creation. Allah began to reveal himself to early man. You've read the story of Noah. You've read the story of Noah. That was early man. Allah revealed himself to early man. You've read the story of Ibrahim, Musa. Allah revealed himself to early man. Because they had a great respect. Look at this story here. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ used to seek refuge in a mountain, in a cave, because of the conditions he saw in his society, because of his respect for life, his respect for people. Allah came to him out of that respect that he had and revealed to him the Quran, the guidance for humanity. Because Prophet Muhammad ﷺ had a respect for life, had a respect for his brothers, had respect for living people. He had respect for all of these things. This is why when you look at him mature into prophethood, he began to deal with other people out of respect. He dealt with people who weren't even Muslims out of respect. When it was said that an enemy of somebody who wasn't really a Muslim passed and the funeral came past Prophet Muhammad, he stood out of respect for the Creator. You see, because respect goes deep into your consciousness dealing with the Creator. You can't begin to examine your love for the Creator if you don't have respect for the Creator. If you don't have respect for your own life, you don't have respect for the fact that you came into existence because the Creator knew exactly what He was doing when He brought you into this creation. If you don't have respect for that phenomena, you can never have respect for the Creator. There's no man or woman, when you walking around on this planet trying to be a woman and you was created with the physical apparatus of a man, that means you respect the Creator. No matter how many lies they tell about, oh, this was God's plan. It never was God's plan. God's plan is obvious. God's plan is right in your face. He created you a woman. He created you a man. There's no opposition to that thought. Now you can want to be something else. He gave you the power in your emotional base to say that. He gave you the power in your emotional base, in your passion to say, I don't want to be a man no more. I don't want to be a female no more. He gave you that power, but that didn't change the creation. That didn't change the fact that Allah created man to be what he is. And we should have a respect for that. Should you respect the fact that Allah created you an African American? Should you respect the fact that Allah created you a Palestinian? Allah created you an Egyptian? A Ghanese? I was talking to a brother the other night and he was telling me how proud he was to be of a particular tribe in Africa. Because then he could tell me stories of the greatness of what that tribe did during that particular time. See, he was homing in on the accomplishments, what made him feel good about himself. That's called a positive self-image. But what about the man who looks back in history and his forefathers were slaves? What about the woman who looks back in history and her forefathers were brought into a country, they were stripped of their knowledge, stripped of their culture, stripped of the knowledge of their God, forbidden to even speak the language they came with? Do we still respect the fact that Allah created us under those conditions? Absolutely. Absolutely. If this was Allah's plan to get us here, alhamdulillah. That's the way we should see it. Whatever Shaitan does, Allah's plan is the plan that comes through. These people called African Americans had only one way to get on this planet, and that was the method. If we remained in Africa, we would have been Ghanese. If we remained in Africa, we would have been Nigerian. We would have been something else. But Allah had a new vision, another vision for us. And that vision was to raise Islam in the West. And He was going to raise Islam through the people who was brought here against their will. He was going to raise Islam to the people who didn't have a knowledge of themselves. And by doing that, He proved that there's no God but Allah. And only He has the power to raise the dead, to raise the living from the dead. Alhamdulillah. In closing, we want to thank Almighty Allah for blessing us to be part of this creation that He has created for all of us. To be part of what He's designed for the human being. So we say, Rabina, Tina, Bidunia, Asanata, Wakina, Ada, our Lord, give us the best of this world and of the hereafter, and protect us from the fire. And He counts us a lot.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.